Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Today we are every episode I say it's a very special episode. It's a very special episode today because I'm coming to you at a new time because I took over TableTakes Game Night like the rogue that I am. I just stole it. And I stole some of the TableTakes Game Night regulars as well. Just took them. My Christmas is apparently stealing. You're welcome, everyone. My name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. Today, we are going to be playing The Crowned, which is a game that I helped Damon Vanhee design, mostly by texting him once an hour and making sure that he was still working. Yeah.
Correct.
But we have something happening within the world of The Crowned that is like a winter holiday of light equivalent. And so I thought it would be perfect to sort of combine that with our personal holidays of light. Plus, I just really love Christmas in general, if you couldn't tell from the Christmas lights in the background and the Christmas t-shirt that I am wearing and my general demeanor where I just sort of ooze Christmas joy. I'm getting it looked at. It's kind of a problem. I'm going to do, before we dive into the Christmas joy, I'm going to do a quick safety discussion. I think it is incredibly important as a responsible game master or player at the table or human being to know where everybody's lines and veils are. You want everyone at your table to be comfortable so they feel safe, so that they have a good time and are able to be vulnerable and then want to come back. So here on Sarah's Table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. Is there anything else that my players today would like to avoid at the table? Okay, I got the all clear from everybody. If we happen to like stray into something that you didn't realize was going to be an issue for you, you can either hold up a big X. It's very easy to see on stream. If you are not comfortable doing that, you can also send me a message in our private Zoom chat where you can just let me know that we have maybe gone too far. Or if you feel comfortable enough, you can interrupt me verbally. Just let me know, and then we will walk it back and go another direction. No questions asked. So one of the things that I think is great about this game is character creation, and I wanted to showcase a little bit of that today. So the first part of our stream is going to be these three lovely players building their gods, which I have requested be holiday themed in some way. And it'll be very interesting to see what in their brain that means. So I'm going to go around the table, and I would love for you all to introduce yourself, your name and your pronouns. Maybe perhaps how you ended up here on the stream today, aside from being stolen. I'm gonna start with Noir. Who are you today?
Hey, that's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the playset as the Noir Enigma. The Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Ooh, it's been a while since I've been on stream. I usually have that so smooth. Why am I here? I'm here because the trade deadline hit and you sent out a request, and I was like, I love the TableTakes team, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Buzz.
Oh, we're starting a war here right now. Wow, I can't wait to see what happens. I see how it is.
It's like the NBA. I'm taking my talents to Sarah's table.
That's right. You're gonna be a free agent, moving around. Gosh.
But that's me.
All right. Well, would you care to respond, Banzai?
I was promised gremlin antics and cookies. That's what it is. But yes, I am also Banzai Baby. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, what is it? Bumble, all the social medias.
Bumble is a dating app. So.
Oh no! What is the other one? Hive. Hive is the one. I'm so sorry. I meant to say Hive.
What happened?
I meant to say Hive. I was thinking of bee, and I was like, "What is it that is? That the social media? It's a bee." Okay, hi. Don't look. I'm not on there. Okay, I'm not on there. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not on the bump. I meant Hive. That's the social media platform. I don't know.
Just to be clear, you're on Hive. You're not on Bumble.
Guys, we are starting so strong today. Doing so good.
I got it. It's very, when you think of a bee, I should think of something. That's what I was thinking of.
I understand. We're all good. I'm not editing that out. This is staying for all posterity.
No, baby. I'm fading out of existence.
Okay, good. I'm gonna let you take a moment. Whatever you need to do. I'm gonna hop over to Damon.
Hello.
Can you follow that?
No, I can't. But my name is Damon Vanhee. I am on the internet at formerly _ Feral on Twitter, and then just at Damon Vanhee also on Twitter. And the rest of the internet I'm pretty bad at. So good luck. I might be there. I am not sure. And I am here because I created the game, and then so I'm here. I'm here to play it. I don't get to play very often, and then it's a Christmas miracle.
The Christmas miracle!
Yay!
Huzzah! So, for those of you who have not watched our previous episodes of this game, because we did do a 4-episode arc, if you would like to go back and watch that after this one. Just give it a couple hours, and then you can go back and watch all of them. I'm gonna make Damon do it. Damon, what do you think? How would you briefly describe this game to someone?
Briefly, okay.
Yes.
Okay, briefly. We can edit though, so that's.
We only have 3 hours, so.
Oh boy. So The Crowned is a game where the players play gods of a small sliver of reality, and it's about how the players get to be clever and imaginative in using that godhood to change the world around them.
It was good.
Yeah.
We finally figured it out. It took us a while, but we figured it out.
Few years.
Round of applause.
Woo! So I took a little bit of time, and I spent I sent out, everybody now has our book. We have a playbook that we designed for all of our playtests that were happening at conventions. It is about 60-ish pages because we're very long-winded, even in the short quick start, which is what this is. We recently just finished a successful Kickstarter, which we're very excited about, and work is continuing on finishing up the game and getting it printed. We have an incredibly talented artist who is doing all of the art for the game. She is very tired. Her name is Tana Lovett. And we think that it probably, we're hoping to have it out in about, at this point, I think it's about like 16 or 17 months, because we're giving her plenty of time to create the most amazing images as we finish up all the text. So you can check out the chat right now, and we will link you to our website and where you can see more stuff. All right. Let's create some gods. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Yee.
Step 1 is choosing your purview. Your purview is the thing that you are the god of. This does not have to be a thing that relates to your particular background as a character at all. It could be like if you want to be the god of children's books and you happen to have your character be a librarian. That's awesome. They can link like that. But you could be a librarian and you could end up being the god of soup. It has nothing to do with what you're doing in here. So like, what are we thinking? Just throw out some holiday themed, please, stuff that you think you could be interested in.
I would shotgun either Yule log or more to encompass all holidays, the fire element of holidays spirit. So like the warmth, the cleansing fire, the burning of your sins. I mean, what?
Yeah, no, I'm in. I think warmth is pretty interesting. You have a lot of things that you can do with that warmth if you're looking at it that way. Damon, thoughts?
I was thinking about being the god of warm, spicy drinks, like holiday spiced liquids.
Spicy liquid.
Ooh, are we siblings? We could be
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, you could
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
be related to each other. I love it. And
Oh, hi, dog.
hello,
Oh, yeah,
dog.
sorry.
Everybody stop. Let's look at the dog. I love it.
Dog.
Hello.
Dog is here.
What is
This
dog's
my
name?
polar bear. Dog's name is Boomer, which was a big mistake to name because now he just barks a lot.
Sure. Self-fulfilling
This is-
prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
All right, Noir, what are you the god of?
Oh man, like you guys chose such happy holiday stuff, and I'm like, I'm on the bummer side of holidays. I was thinking like being the god of curmudgeons, just people that hate the holidays.
I love that.
Ooh, I like it.
Curmudgeons. That's great. But
Like,
this
Oh, go
game
ahead.
definitely supports a lot of different viewpoints, depending on how you do things. The good example that I like to say is that I said you could play the god of joy, and then you could make everybody feel so wonderful. And Damon said, or you could make them never feel joy again. So
Oh snap!
there are lots of things that you can do with it. It can get very weird and dark and body horror-y, or it can be like pratfalls and shenanigans. So
Yeah, I mean, it was either going to be curmudgeons or capitalism. That's the headspace we're in today, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, capitalism is a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good one.
I was thinking about it, like,
Ooh,
Yes.
because then you could bring the
buy
mouse
that gift
involved.
because you love people. Keep the market
Love
going.
people.
Love people.
Which one would you like to do? Capitalism or curmudgeons?
You know what? We're going capitalism, baby.
Let's
Capitalism.
go
Yes.
capitalism.
Let's do it.
All right.
Man, that one's a good one. Dang.
You are welcome
to
to
capitalism.
you are welcome to change yours if you want. We have made no decisions right now.
Holiday. What would it be? Gluttony when you're feasting.
You got
That
turned
one.
this into like a dark episode. It was going to be so sweet. I'm the god
No,
of
well,
fun.
actually, no. We'll keep it to warmth because I also was thinking warmth and fire. Warmth is not necessarily a good thing.
No. Yeah, could be bad.
Could be bad.
I've never once been like, I'm warm and I don't enjoy this.
No, but I mean, it's more. Well, I guess my interpretation was the cleansing fire of the holidays because each
Oh.
and every religion has some kind of burning element
Mhm.
involved, and
So do you want to be god of burning instead of god of warmth? That's
Ooh.
different.
let's do burning.
Burning.
Burn for me, baby.
The
That might-
idea that Damon's is the most like nice of the three of you is very surprising to me. Do you want to change yours?
No, I can still use it bad.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's when you get the I'm also in charge of Starbucks. Pumpkin spice latte is all me.
I can still use it back.
And I have to say that pumpkin spice latte has done wonders for my domain.
I bet
Pumpkin spice everything.
everything.
They even have spam. Pumpkin spice.
Oh.
There's a pumpkin. When I tell you this, I'm not kidding. There is a pumpkin spice scented tourniquet.
Wha-
Wow.
That's the response.
Why?
Why does your tourniquet need to be scented?
Because when I get shot, I want to smell something yummy afterwards.
I mean,
it could be the last thing you ever smell, so it better be perfect. Because I would hate to be like, oh, it's supposed to be pumpkin spice, but it really doesn't smell like that. And then you die.
wow.
Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you guys
Christmas.
Christmas.
It's okay. We'll just put a little warning on this one. Everything's fine. All right. So with that in mind, the next thing we're going to do is everybody's favorite thing. It's some math. So you have at the back of that thing that I sent you, you have a character sheet. Beep, 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 beep. I can't find the back of mine.
Bloop, bloop.
Everything's fine.
Got it.
You have a character sheet at the end. And you can put, you have stats. You have 4 stats: might, reflex, brains, and presence. I think they are fairly self-explanatory. Might is physical stuff. Reflex is how like dexterous you are. Brains is how smart you are. And presence is sort of closer to charisma, but like how much you affect the world around you just by like being around. That also sort of encompasses your godly powers. You have 5 points to put in those stats. Split them up between the 4 of them. No stat above a 3, but you can have a 0 if you want. So we just need to put those in there. Shouldn't be too hard if anybody has questions. But this is sort of what you are innately better at than other things.
I'm sorry. What's the number that we're splitting up between our stats?
5.
5. Okay.
5.
I said a lot of numbers. It's like 5, and then there's 4 stats, and then you can't be above a 3, and then if you want, you can have zeros. I'm like, it was just like number, math. Happy Christmas.
So I'm not getting stuff from my Xerox copy machine, if anybody's wondering. Nothing is happening with the Xerox copy machine.
That sounds like lies.
No, never.
Everything is fine.
Don't worry
Nothing is
about
weird.
it. And then this is for the stats. Yes. Okay. What does? Ooh, let's do.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, I got my stats split up.
You feel good about them?
No, but we go rock with it.
Okay, that means you chose a 0.
Yeah, I chose 1 0. It makes me. I'm a little worried. But thematically, I think it fits. I picked 1 for might, because capitalism doesn't force you to do anything; it just coaxes you into doing it.
Sure.
I picked 0 for reflexes because capitalism does not move quickly.
No, does not.
Progression is actually an enemy of capitalism, so I don't like that. Brains, I picked 3 because I will dupe you into doing what I want you to do. And presence, I picked 1 because you can always feel it.
It's always there
in the air,
in the background.
When you get that check and FICO's taking a percentage out, that's me, baby.
Ooh.
All right. So you want to hear my stats?
I do.
So my might is a 1 because it's just a burning. It's not like a roaring.
Okay.
Reflexes those 2 because I could be fast.
Yeah, you could jump around with that.
I could jump around, but I don't care and I don't think. So I got a 0 for
Perfect.
And then my presence is a 2 as well. Because you can super feel me and I'm super fast, but man, do I just not care. I'm like, what? Ooh.
Okay. Damon.
So I've got a 1 for might, 0 for reflex. I feel like I spend a lot of time sitting down and just sipping.
Yep.
A 1 for brains, and then a presence for 3.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. Our next plan is to take 10 points and split them up amongst your skills. You have a line of skills: endure, exert, fake, hit, impress, know, make, notice, sneak, and weird. You do not have to take any ranks in them. Like, you don't have to, there's 10 there and you have 10 points. I suppose you could put 1 in everything. It's a little boring, I think. You could, unless you're playing the god of boring, and then you just spread it out evenly. Nothing above a 3 again in there, but you will definitely have things with 0s for sure. And if anybody has questions about what any of those things do, I will gladly tell you about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to tell me a little bit about weird.
Weird. Yeah, weird is
Ooh.
maybe my favorite one. It is all of the godly stuff, the supernaturally magic-y divine stuff that you can do is weird.
Okay.
Ooh, I'll put that as a 3. Straight up. Straight up. I want the highest thing for that.
I made decisions. I don't think that they're great decisions, but we're gonna play this out.
I love it.
With it.
I've committed to this mistake.
That's what capitalism does. It commits.
You know, we doubled down on it. We just rebranded.
Great. Are you? So you've already committed your 10 points. Let's
Yes,
hear
I
what you
did.
got.
I got 1 in endure because we've been trying to take down capitalism for a while. It just keeps coming back. I got 3 for fake. I've got 3 for no.
Okay.
And then I got 3 for weird.
I love it. Just really pushing it in there. Great.
Yeah, just yeeting my plates.
All the eats, all the points.
I've got mine done.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got mine done too. I've got a 1 for fake, 2 for hit. I don't know why I thought that this character might be good at hitting things, but there you go. 2 for it. 2 for impress, 1 in know, 1 in make, 2 for notice, and then 1 for weird.
Okay. Great.
All right. I think I have it almost. I still need to figure out the last 2.
Okay.
So hold on. I have 6, 7, 8. I got 2 more points I'm thinking of. I don't know which one to put it in.
Okay.
Or well, I'll put 1 in hit, 1 in sneak. Okay, now I know. I have 2 in endure. I have a 1 in hit, a 3 in impress because
fire.
A 1 in sneak because there can be sneaky fires.
There can.
Sneaky fires, and then 3 in weird because I want god powers.
Yeah, obviously. So what you have just done is you have built dice pools. So this is a dice pool game, and you are going to be using D6s. And when I will call for kinds of checks, I might say if you were trying to do something, I might say like I would like a know and brains check. And then you add the numbers together of what you have in both of those. And that is the number of D6s that you roll. If you have 0, you can still make the check. You would just be rolling 1 D6, like a chance die. Obviously, the more dice that you have access to, the higher chance of success that you have. And 5s and 6s are successes, and the 6s explode. So if you get a 6, you can keep rolling it. And if you keep getting 6s, you can keep rolling and keep rolling and keep rolling. We have definitely seen at the table before where somebody only had like a dice pool of 3 or 4, and they ended up with 7 or 8 successes because they had enough 6s that it just kept going. So I don't know how you all feel about your choices, but it's all possible. Everything is
No
possible.
regrets.
It's a Christmas miracle.
No regrets.
This is maybe the best part for me when I'm creating characters is you get to choose who among the crowned that you are going to be bound to. So starting on page 10 in your packet that I sent you, are the ruling pantheon of the Shining Garden where this is set. And there are 10 gods that are so powerful that their purview grows out of their head like a crown. And you, as a minor god, are going to be bound to one of them as an aspect. And so we get to, there's Axiom, Capital, Caprice, Fetch, Nell, The Loop, Outcast, Rhyme, Spark, and Tempest. Most beautiful illustrations ever inside this book. Thank you to Nell Levitt. The dog agrees. Boomer is with it. Boomer loves Tanel, as we all do. I'm just holding this up for you to see a little bit. Here's one of our gods. His name is Nell. And if you could take a few moments and look through in our here, it tells you the god's pronouns, tells you what they are the god of. I'm on Nell, so right now Nell is he, him, and he is the crowned god of butterflies, death, business, cubicles, guns, and carrion birds. You can do a couple of different options here. Your particular purview could fit nicely underneath one of these other gods' purviews. Being the god of death, maybe burning is part of that. Burning causes a lot of death. However, burning also creates a whole bunch of fertile soil, could be part of like the circle of life. So perhaps instead you're going to hop on over and be under the loop, because she is the god of plants and repetitions and ritual magics and circles. Or you can just look through and go, this picture is the dopest and I want to be a part of this god. And so it doesn't have to necessarily nestle perfectly within there. I want everybody to be happy with their choices. So like, just kind of do whatever you want. Damon already has a thought.
I have it narrowed down to 10.
Yeah, that's...
I thought I would go last because I feel
you
like
could pick one that nobody else
I feel like
chosen.
this purview can fit nicely into a few spots. It would fit really well with Caprice, who is the god of liquids, amongst other things. But then Loop has holidays in general.
Yep.
And plants, which are then where you get spices,
the herbs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few that I think would fit pretty nice, but I'll go last.
Capitalism feels like maybe Nell.
I was thinking Nell.
Could be Fetch though. He has technology.
See, I'm thinking Nell because Nell kind of leads into the dark side of capitalism, which I'm playing to.
Sure.
Yeah, like it's capitalism that's built to fail. Like I'm sure there are people that believe that capitalism can work, and I feel like that would be more capital if I were playing that.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah.
Okay, so if you choose Nell, on that page, he's on page 18. You get to add some things to your character sheet.
Yep.
So you can add those things in. And if that pushes you over the 3, that's okay, because you only bought at 3. So you don't have to adjust anything. Banzai, what are you thinking?
I was thinking the Loop. Yeah.
Yeah, the Loop's cool.
Yeah, I like her style.
Yeah. She is. None of them are nice, but of them, I think the Loop is probably the quote unquote nicest of the clade. She's certainly incredibly present. She is sort of always walking through the city. So people can get actually fairly close to her. And Annulus, which is what we are doing today, which is the holiday that we are about to be celebrating, is very heavily loop focused. So that could be very interesting.
Ooh. Okay. So then I just add this to the character sheet, right? Correct?
Correct. All right, Damon.
I think I will play Caprice, an aspect of
Yay.
Caprice.
Caprice is my favorite. Not that we play favorites, but I play favorites, and Caprice is mine.
Also, I wanted more weird. Okay.
Yeah, fair. So we have represented at our table today, we have Nell, who, as I said before, is the crowned god of butterflies, death, business, cubicles, guns, and carrion birds. We have the Loop, who's the crowned god of ritual magics, moons, circles, plants, and repetitions. And we have Caprice, who is the crowned god of liquid, chance, sex, conflict, and parties. Gonna get weird. But I like weird, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, so I dumped a lot of points in weird.
Yeah. Everybody has points in weird today. And several of you have weird. a lot of them. Now we're gonna do some more math. Pew, pew, pew.
Math.
Okay, so we are going to, everybody is divinity level 2. So on the little section that says divinity, you can write 2. Your Aether pool is going to be 50 times your divinity level. So you are going to have 100 Aether points. And this is the points that you use to do spells, divine spells and stuff. I like to call it God juice. When your God juice is done, you can't do any more God stuff. And
100, right? Correct.
100. And it does not come back like certain other games after taking an 8-hour nap. This is something that very slowly is going to recover. So
wait, our divinity is 100. I'm sorry, I was putting something else in.
Your divinity is 2.
Okay.
Wow. I can't even imagine what 100 level God would be. It would be insane. And your Aether points are 100.
Yeah.
And now your health pool is going to be different for each of you. You are going to add your divinity, your might, and your endure. When you've added those 3 together, you're going to multiply that times 4. And that is how many health points you have.
Okay.
It is a minimum of 4, which I think is in the game because of me. Because I built a character that would have had nothing.
All right, so my HP is 16. Where am I putting that?
There's a little health section at the top of your character sheet.
Just to confirm, it's
there it is.
Might plus endure plus
your divinity. So might plus endure plus 2, and then you multiply that times 4.
Okay, just double check. Thank you. I
yeah, of course. So this is like how good your human mortal body is. This is probably the thing that happened, minus your divinity, prior to becoming a god. Now you have all of this God juice that can soak up stuff if people are trying to attack you, but you still have this human body underneath. And if you choose to take damage to it and it falls to 0, things could get a little dicey. It's very hard to kill a god, but not impossible. Ta-da! All right. The next part is, I think, maybe Damon's favorite part, which is wonders. Wonders.
That is my favorite part.
I know.
Ooh.
It's the best. Let's go. Wonders start on page 30 for you. Your wonders are a whole bunch of things that you can do as a god. It covers your gear. It covers sort of like augmentations to your body. You can have wings. You can have extra limbs. These are all things that you can get: weapons, armor, followers. So at creation, you get to choose 2 level 1 wonders and 2 level 2 wonders. And then we are going to be able to do a little bit more with that as well, because you're level 2. So I'm going to give you, what did we say, like 15 points?
I think it was 45.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think it
that's
was
nicer
45
than
for
I was
level
going to
two.
be.
It can be 15.
Wow.
You can be bad at this.
No, I want them to be able to have higher stuff. Let's do 30. Let's split the difference.
All right, so we're
30.
doing 30 what now?
30
Okay.
points.
So you get 2 level 1 wonders and 2
Mhm,
level
2
2
level
wonders.
2. Mhm.
And then you're going to have 30 points to split up amongst the rest of the wonders. So you could theoretically go to and just
Okay.
get 3 level 4 wonders
Ooh.
if you wanted.
Real
That's
quick,
where you can get wings or an extra limb, or you can eat something to get more AP. Yes, Noir.
what is the degree discount?
Yeah, excellent. Okay, good. Looking at thing. So when you are doing your rotes, which are your divine spells, there are tables of everything costs something. It costs you more AP, more Aether points to do something that is further away from you. It costs more if you want it to do more damage. It costs more if you want it to last longer. And so you can buy discounts with your experience points so that it's easier for you to do it, so that it costs less of your Aether points, less of your god juice that you have to put into this spell. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
So, like, by being an aspect of nil, I get degree discount distance, and learn.
Yes. So it will cost you less. It'll cost you one rank less if you are for however distance it is. And then depending on if you are trying to learn something, sometimes your spells can be about attempting to learn something about a particular object or a particular person, that it will cost you 1 rank less to do so.
Okay.
Everybody has degree discounts from their god that their clade member that they have done.
Okay. Oh, there's so many specialized things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of specialized things.
And the one in particular that I'll point out is if you see the tiered tag under the wonders, those go in order. So if you in order to get the level 2 of whatever that tier is, you have to buy the first level and so on and so on. But otherwise, there's nothing stopping you from just jumping up to higher levels as long as you have the points to spend.
Yes.
Damon, do you have thoughts on what you are grabbing, since you are much more familiar
So
with
I think-
text?
I think for the ones that I'm getting from character creation, I think I'm going to take always armed, which allows my unarmed attacks to bypass damage reduction, which they normally would not. And
What
I'm
does
gonna
that look like? Like, do they?
Oh, I think I'm just good at hitting.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I don't think there's any visual manifestation with it at all. I think I'm just good at hitting stuff.
great.
And then I'm going to take party favors
Yay.
as my second first level. And then for my second level ones, I think I need to take Thanks It Has Pockets. I know I take it every time, but it's just a
really good one.
It's just a really good wonder.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take a familiar, but I don't know what it looks like yet.
I want it to just be like a blob of liquid. Just like, like a little...
Just a little like
orb.
Like a steaming cup of coffee, but without
the cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Love that. It doesn't have to be.
Like,
it's just like in my brain.
Things floating in it, and it's like garnished. It's got a little cinnamon stick coming out the top.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I have my level ones and my level twos.
Let's hear them.
All right. So I'm going to be, my level one of my level ones is always armed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I punch hot.
Yeah. do your hands like, do they just feel hot to the touch, or does like fire when you're using that? Does it like...
It's not a visible, like think of my hands changing to like lava hands kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it bursts into flame. It's just you see the cracks in the burnt skin and it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other second level one is motes. I just glow.
Yeah. Yay.
I glow.
That makes a lot of sense. Brightness of a candle.
Brightness of a candle. Yeah. And then I'll also take night vision because I'd be bright. But it also has disadvantages because I can't sneak. Yeah. So I can see. I got burning eyes. But people can definitely see me still. Like hiding. Can't see me.
Just put your hands over your eyes. It's fine. I'm gone.
It's fine. Don't worry. And then the other one is weapons distance. The standard.
So here's a question. Does that mean that you are putting it onto... It's an enchantment. It needs to be applied to a weapon. You can apply it to your hands because always armed.
Yeah, I was more like Kamehameha.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Or like poom poom falcon punch.
Love it.
Yeah.
Noir, do you have your first and seconds?
I have my first. The first one that I picked is Apostate. This just guy, he's been crushed by capitalism and he's given up on it. But yet I still feed from him. It's great.
Yeah, sure do.
And then I picked for the second weapon. And I believe I picked weapon distance basic. So my god looks like the Monopoly Man, and so his walking cane with a diamond on it is his weapon.
Okay,
love it,
and he can zap people from a distance with it.
Okay, so the weapon distance basic. So you'll have to spend one of your 30 points to get the weapon basic.
Okay,
because you need that gear in order to put that enchantment on it, but that's only
a higher level
or a higher level
weapon gear. Yeah.
And then do you have thoughts about your second tier?
So I have thoughts. I was thinking Dearly Devoted.
Love Dearly Devoted.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna go with that.
So here's a question. These small casual congregation, like, who are they? Are they like shoppers? Are they like
hedge fund managers?
Hedge fund managers.
Dark.
Okay, great.
And marketing execs.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then your other one for a second?
I'm thinking Vanish might be the one that I'm going for here.
Yeah. So Vanish, Vanish allows you to touch a non-living object no larger than yourself and make it invisible to mundane means of perception.
Yeah, I think that's how I take things from the poor.
Oh, wow. Just building
Love
Scrooge if Scrooge had powers is what's happening here.
Oh, is
And-
that a paycheck?
I assume that your name is Scrooge. Okay.
My name is EBG.
Oh, no.
But that breaks down to Elon Bezos Gates.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Perfect. All right. So now you also got a couple of wonders because of being an aspect of a Clade member. You got the loop has green thumb, which means you're especially talented at caring for plant life. Can accelerate the growth of a plant by up to a season. Nell has accessed the archives with the sarcasm font, which means that you can talk to corpses. Yay. Can ask them 1d6 worth of questions. Gross. And then
reaching out to you to give you more information about your car insurance.
Yeah, just we've been trying to reach you about your extended warranty.
Car's warranty. Yeah, there it is.
And then Caprice has dip a toe in, where you can identify liquids by touching them. Almost every time we have played this, everybody who has had Caprice has chosen to lick it, which is not what you need to do. But almost everybody's been like, what if I put my mouth on it though? And you're like, but you could just touch it. No,
But
I think I'll put my mouth on it. We'll see what Damon chooses at this point.
And then we still
It's
have
gonna-
30
it's gonna be
points. Right. Oh, sorry.
It's going to be lick it. Yeah, I know.
It's going to be licking. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and then you have 30 more points. The tiers cost progressively more. So level 1 is only 1 point, level 2 costs 3, level 3 costs 6, and level 4 costs 10 per. Because this is not an ongoing campaign, there's kind of no point in saving any of your experience points in order to level up. But this is a character improvement system that we have built, and not necessarily a level improvement. There's a little bit of that is if your divinity level goes up, it affects your stats going up a little bit. But mainly you collect these experience points and you buy more wonders. Because 10 is an incredibly important number in the game, there are 10 levels of wonders that you will eventually have access to. And if you wanted to, you could make no improvements at all until you had enough to buy just a 10th level wonder, which would be pretty epic. But there's enough cool ones between levels 1 and 10 that you're probably going to be spending stuff as you go.
Yeah, I think I'm almost done. I have like 6 more points.
Ooh.
And I think I have it. Do you want to know what I have so far?
Yeah, gimme.
All right. So I have for one of the things, I just went in order. For that, I'm going to go ahead and get hover. Because it makes sense. Heat rises, floats.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
also have force field.
Also good.
And then weapons, distance, and advance. So I can shoot it farther.
Nice.
I also have a skill increase that I took just to
Perfect.
improve my hit
Great.
by 1. And then I think I'm going to get
Therianthropy.
I can transform into something. Okay.
Therianthropy. You get to choose an animal that is smaller than your normal form, and you can turn into it. Do you have? What is your animal that you want to turn into?
Just a nod to Firefox.
Love it. Okay. Those were all third levels. Do you have anything
Yes.
left?
No, that's all the points.
Wow, rats.
If you're getting force field, did you buy an armor wonder?
Oh, do I have to buy an armor wonder actually before?
Yeah, because if it's got an enchantment tag, it needs to be applied to a piece of gear.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. I'll take away the Firefox then
Okay. And
and do the gear.
do you want to do armor standard?
Yeah, armored standard. So that's under on base. That's a level 2.
That's a level 3. Armor standard is a level 3, so it's just a direct swap.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just do that.
Cool. Does that look like anything? It can look like whatever you want. Is it like lava plates?
I
Just like, are you on fire?
I would like to think of like a lava reaching out and forming like the thing on top of me, but it's just like it hardens. Like lava goes up, hardens, lava goes up, hardens.
Rad.
I'm lava boy, but girl. Wait,
Yeah.
no, it was lava girl.
Lava girl.
No, shark boy and lava girl. Okay, yes. And fire. I fight like the Fire Nation.
Can't wait. It's going to be wild. Damon, are you ready?
I'm not. I haven't bought any, actually.
A quick question.
Quick answer.
So weapon standard brings
Yes.
the base damage up to 4. Do you have to have weapon basic before you can get weapon standard?
No. Weapons are not tiered.
Oh, okay.
So you can get a weapon standard instead of buying them up. If you
Okay.
buy both of them, then that means you have 2 weapons that you can use.
Oh, dual wielding. Money sacks. You just hit them with your sacks of money.
Oh no, that's why I got it has pockets for the money sacks.
For all your money. Just put it in there.
Sacks.
Okay, so you're making everything disappear and then putting it in your pockets. All right.
You know, capitalism, if you just sell women's pants with more pockets, you would make lots
so
of
much money.
You know, I was-
money.
I was saying that, but my cousin Patriarchy's all
I was
like,
gonna
but this would be
say-
hilarious.
Give them purses.
Oh, that Patriarchy's got such crazy ideas, almost as nutty as my other cousin racism. So
Your family is
I'm
rough.
never being invited to
What an awful holiday it would be to have all of those cousins in one spot.
Yeah, that's why I don't really dig on the holidays, except for the
Mhm.
money aspect of it.
Sure.
My family is
Yikes. All right. We're doing great. How are we doing? You all feel good about stuff?
Fantastic.
I hate how cool I'm making capitalism. I'm like, oh, this dude is slick. Oh, I hate this.
Well, that's the whole thing. Capitalism, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Capitalism.
can stat increase to a max of 5?
You sure can.
Oh no.
Do it in the weird. Do it in the weird. Wait, that sounds like no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is an excellent
Bumble.
stream today, friends.
That's just the Bumble profile tag.
Bumble
It's just
profile. Doing the
doing
weird.
weird.
Banzai is providing us with so many wonderful
Oh.
little clippable things that we can turn into GIFs.
Oh my god.
This is what I get. It's fine. I chalk it up to pregnancy brains. That's what I do. I blame the pregnancy.
It just sucks the reason right out of you.
And you
Yeah.
got to get more hits on Bumble if I just put that in my profile.
Doing the weird. Is that perhaps the parenthetical name of this episode? We don't know.
You know, do it in What's the rating on?
I mean, we're trying to keep it PG-13, but I watched a lot of those movies from the 80s that were PG-13, and boy, there were some very questionable things in them. So we don't know.
I don't know.
What is Revenge of the Nerds rated?
What is Revenge of the Nerds rated?
It better be rated R.
Oh, I think it's like maybe PG-13.
Oh, no,
Is it PG-13?
No, it's rated R. It's rated R.
Is it?
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Gosh.
They got
That is not a friendly movie.
at least they
That
got
is-
that right.
Woof.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good segue. I purchased all of my things.
Okay, let's hear
And
it.
I'm going to turn into a dog.
Oh, cozy vibes. I love it.
So I'm taking, we'll start at the top. My level 4 wonder that I'm taking extra limb. And so I'm going to have a tail. It's a dog tail, but it's also prehensile. Because that wonder lets you have a limb that does limb things.
Yeah.
And then I'm also taking therianthropy, and I'm going to turn into like a Saint Bernard.
Okay, good.
You know, with the barrel, a little barrel.
Yep.
I don't think I will help many people,
Help yourself.
but I'll always have a drink in dog form.
Great.
Then I'm taking weapon standard and armor standard, both at 3rd level.
Okay.
I think the armor is not going to have a visual associated with it. Just as a god, I'm going to have some points of damage reduction there. Cool. And then for my weapon standard, I was originally thinking doing a cinnamon stick, like a big cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
But then EBG was saying he's going to have a cane to hit people with.
Oh,
but I
sure.
don't know. We could have 2 canes in the party. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
How about I have mine as more of a staff situation?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like a
right.
bow stick.
Yeah,
Like a
you're
bow stick.
you're rocking like Gandalf staff. I'm using mine like a giant wand.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So I've got like a big gnarled bit of cinnamon.
Great.
Ooh.
And then I've got that left me with 2 points.
Okay.
So I went and I picked up the basics for water.
Okay.
So I can always summon a little bit of drink of some kind. And then I bought my defense upgrade level 1, increasing my defense to 2.
Great.
And that's my 30 points.
All right. Capitalism. I know that you are slow moving.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. We got apostate to start, right?
Yeah.
Then we got weapon basic gear. You got to have my cane. Then
Sure.
we've got dearly devoted level 1. I'm just gonna skip ahead to I also have dearly devoted level 2. I have vanish. I've got weapon distance basic.
Okay.
I have thinks it has pockets. And I also have 16 points left over. So just give me one more
16
second.
points. All right.
I'm probably gonna go with, you know what? I'm not gonna say probably. I'm just for the sake of time here. We're going armor, high quality.
Okay.
And for visuals, it is in fact a tuxedo with a bow tie.
Excellent.
That brings me to 6 points
6
now.
points left.
I'm going to do force field.
Yeah. And so you can extend your tuxedo armor to help a friend out.
Oh, that's what that does. Never mind. I don't want to help anybody. So I'm probably gonna go with skill specialization. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going skill specialization, and the skill we're specializing in is I was given sage advice from Banzai to do it in the weird.
Do it in the weird.
So I would be remiss if I did not do it, in fact, in the weird.
Yeah, do it in the weird. So what aspect of weird are you specializing in, friend?
Help me with that. What do you mean?
So for skill specializations, it's you pick a very small facet of what the overall skill is. And then when you're rolling your dice and you're using that specificity, your 5s explode as well as your 6s. So for weird, it could be something like astrology or like knowing which god does which kind of thing. There's not really a list of them because you could come up with kind of whatever you want, and we're here for arguments.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if this qualifies, so please let me know.
I'm ready.
I was kind of leaning on whenever I was using my I was mainly doing it for god powers, like
Sure.
So the use of his abilities, I don't think that's narrowing it down. I'm terrible at this. I'm so sorry.
We're doing good. It's great. Okay. So
any ideas, or
you could make viral sensations. You're the one who your power is to suddenly ear whisper. Your aspect is like, hey, you know what sounds good? Y'all should invest in this GameStop cryptocurrency NFT.
Also for manipulation type stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. You know what? Well, how about if I just flip it all the way and we're just going to do weapon distance advanced?
Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
We're taking it back out of the weird.
Oh,
and then putting it in your weapons.
I'm putting it in your weapons.
Oh,
so we did skip a thing earlier, Sarah, and that is everybody gets a free.
I just haven't done that yet.
I thought it was earlier in the list. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say it.
Just everybody gets a free skill specialization per point you have in brains.
Yeah.
Boo.
Am I dumb? Wait, no, I'm smart.
You're smart.
I think this plays out well for me. But I forgot that weapon distance is not a tiered thing. So now I have 1 point.
You have one point left?
Yes. Which is fine. I'm going to put that in party favors.
Party favors is dope and ridiculous.
I did get a +1. What is the specialization?
So you pick one of your skills that you have at least 1 rank in.
Yes.
And then you get to choose something that would fall underneath that, but much more narrowed. And then you could, you get to, when you do a check using that, both your 5s and your 6s explode and could potentially become more successes. One of the gods that we ran through a campaign with was the god of bottles, and he had a specialization in hit for bar fights. So if he was ever in a bar fight, then his 5s and 6s both exploded. So you can sort of choose it, and you will have to remind me when I am asking you for a check that you have certain specializations, because I will not know. So if I just say if you've taken a specialization in hit and I'm asking for a hit, a check that uses hit, you can say, can I use this specialization? And this is why it applies. I am very interested in having you argue for things in this game. The more creative that you are, the more you advocate for yourself, the cooler it gets to be. And it also allows you to interact a lot with your storyteller in a way that some other games don't really let you do.
All right. I'm going to, because I only have 1. I'm going to use my specialization in impress, because I'm burning. I'm fire. It's very hard to ignore me. Yes.
Okay. So what is your specialization then?
For impress, I guess it's a dual blade. I will be noticed at all points, but I am noticed, right?
Okay. So I think I'm getting it. So
nope. Is that how? Hold on. Go ahead, Noir. I'm listening.
I think weapon specialization is it's basically like what scenario are you best in? So if you're doing impress, it would be under what circumstances are you the most impressive? So it would be something like whenever I'm in the presence of fire, my impress skill really like is lit.
Okay, I like that. All right.
I see what you
I
did
like
there.
this. Still it.
Is that
so,
about right?
Yeah, so it could be like if it is like light based or fire based, could do something like that.
Okay. All right.
Damon,
I
how
see.
many do you have?
I just have one, and so I'm putting it into hit. And the thing that I'm specializing in is, in fact, my giant cinnamon stick.
Mm-hmm. They're back.
But
The
yeah,
giant,
being
the giant
in the,
cinnamon stick is ringing the doorbell.
Mhm. But yeah,
It's
being in
really
the presence
long.
of fire, having that up your impress, that's great. I really like that.
I'm clever. All right. So now that
You have a bunch. You have 3, right?
I got 3 of them.
Okay,
So,
let's hear them.
I'm gonna specialize in no. And for my specialization there is secrets. So if information people actively don't want me to know, I generally know it.
Excellent.
I'm going to say fake.
Mhm.
I'm going to say that it's a specialization in deception. So if I'm telling lies, I'm really good at it.
Perfect.
Weird, I'm going to say whenever I use my powers to bring someone down or to oppress someone, I'm very strong.
Wow, you're the man.
Cool.
I know, right?
Being
I
the
love
man.
it. And that's it. So
Okay.
I'm good at lying. I'm good at finding your secrets, and I'm good at keeping you down where you belong.
You are very good at that. The only other thing that we need to do is calculate our defense. It is how difficult your character is to hit or damage. So everybody starts at 1, but I know that there was a couple of you who took wonders that adjusts your defense. And it tells you in your wonder.
So I took armor high quality. You have some sort of armor that provides you with 3 points of damage reduction.
Okay, so you have in damage reduction, you'll say 3, but your defense will still be 1, unless you took something that actively says defense upgrade. One of you took that. Was it you, Damon?
I did. Yeah.
So I have a damage reduction.
Yes. So that
For a
goes in
lot of
your
things.
damage reduction bubble.
Okay.
But it doesn't say armor necessarily.
On your sheet, it doesn't say armor.
Yeah, because the force field is doesn't always armed. Did I need to take armored before I needed to do anything else?
You did take an armor. I thought you specifically called out an armor because you said it looked like
armored standard.
Yeah.
Okay, but that just says the armored standard for that says that it only provides 2 points of damage reduction.
Correct. So in your damage reduction bubble, you'll write 2.
Yeah, but we're trying to find the defense, right?
Well, unless you took defense upgrade, your defense is 1.
Okay, never mind. All right, so I just have damage reduction. Nice. All right, I was confused.
That's okay. So I think we have everything on these character sheets filled out. I know it's kind of an involved process to create a character in this, but I think it will all become clear when we are playing them. One of the things that you can do is there's a little section called degrees. I'm going to show it right here. I'm going to point at it. It's right here. Beep, beep, beep on the shape right there. Degrees. And if you have whatever you have your discounts in that you got from your god, you can fill in the little bubble of 1 next to it. There are 8 degrees: conjure, damage, distance, duration, guard, learn, scope, and wild card. These are the things that will help you build your crazy god spells, your rotes. And if it is something that is the further that you get away from your purview, the more degrees in wild card you have to use and the more it will cost you. It is much harder for you to do something that is not fire and burning related. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. It's just going to cost you more oomph. All right, so the remaining thing, the only thing that is left to create these, I almost said puppies, but we actually have somebody in the group who can turn into a puppy. Final details, your character's name, what they look like, and where in the Shining Garden you live. Although that's not terribly important for this particular situation, because it is a one shot. But what is your name and what do you look like?
All right. Well, I got this. So my friends call me EBG. Short for Elon Bezos Gate. All one word.
No hyphens.
No hyphens. I look like a very old, like just kind of, I look like the Monopoly Man. Like I look like if the Monopoly Man and Mitch McConnell did the fusion dance.
No.
That is absolutely doing it in the weird.
Yeah.
Just right in there.
Just all up in
Welcome
there.
to Sarah's table, everybody.
Welcome to Sarah's table. We're doing it in the weird.
We're doing it in the weird.
I've got a very expensive suit. If you ask me how much it costs, more than you can afford is the answer. It's by a brand that I can't pronounce, but
Sure.
I don't have to ever pronounce it because I got people to do that for me.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Right. I have a cane that's made out of wood from a rainforest.
Endangered. I mean, definitely like you should not have been making things out of it. Yeah.
Like this tree, people really cared about it. So it was very valuable. It was, and so we made my cane out of that. And then my diamond, I got straight out of the British Museum from someone that they stole it from. So it's great all the way around. Like
great.
I smell like Burberry and Obsession, the cologne.
The Calvin Klein cologne?
Yeah, that's the one. And I have a top hat. And I was gonna make the top hat a weapon as well, but I figured I would just chill with this cane.
Sure.
So that's me.
If you made it a weapon, you'd have to take it off.
Right.
And then you wouldn't look as dapper.
That's kind of that's why I have a congregation, because I don't like zapping people. I have people to do that.
Yeah, you got folks for that.
I delegate my work. It's my weapon doesn't zap as much as it sends emails to people to make sure that's handled.
Oh God, I love it.
Seems good.
And all my emails are passive aggressive. That wasn't a question that anybody asked, but you just had to know.
Of course they are.
I have email chains that start with per my last email because I'm that.
Per my last email. Wow.
So good.
Passive aggressive and a touch accusatory. Just always. Okay. Good. Thanks, EBG.
Anytime.
What about my siblings here?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with this is gonna be a female figure.
Okay.
More of a look of a Southeast Asian type of person. For some reason, they always smell like incense. the smell of incense is always she just smells like incense always around, whereas like kind of brightish orange, reds, yellows colors a lot. And always likes a lot of spice in her food.
Yeah.
Lots of spice. I'm like always trying to convince you. I'm saying like, I'm sure you sure you don't want a little bit more paprika, a little hot sauce in the bag all the time, just cause, spicy candies. The candies will always like come with a little bit of tahini stuff in there.
Perfect.
All the stuff. And then I guess I'm trying to think. This is like a lot of like mine is not as good as Noir's. Gosh darn it, Noir. You had to make yours so gosh darn awesome. I haven't really thought of a name.
Okay.
I was heavily inspired for this character by my bank account. I woke up this morning like, who is doing this to me? And this is an opportunity to be.
We can come back to you for name. We can have
Yes.
Damon describe his, and then we'll come back for name. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
So the name that I wrote down very early in creation was Jasper, and I think I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
I think Jasper, he, him for pronouns.
Okay.
And I think that he looks like someone who wants everyone to think that he's been to Burning Man, but has really just bought everything off of Etsy.
Oh,
Just
no.
types in boho and just buys whatever is there. So there's kind of a patchwork quality to the things that he wears. And then there is a dog tail. He's got a dog's tail, which doesn't change when he turns into the Saint Bernard. So I guess that means it is a Saint Bernard dog tail.
Or
as
not,
opposed-
and it's
or
a Saint
not.
Bernard with some other mismatched tail.
Yeah, some other weird tail. And then he's just always carrying his staff made of cinnamon.
What happens to it when he's a dog?
As the thing is written, all of his gear like subsumes into his form, but I feel like his little barrel full of liquids is probably made of cinnamon wood.
Got it.
To stay on track for that. And then he also probably smells pretty heavily of spices all the time, but not incense spices, specifically like mulling spices and anise and things like that. Yeah, that's Jasper.
All right.
Jasper. All right. I think I'm gonna go simple with my name and just name her Ember.
Ember.
Perfect.
Now, we had talked about it early. Are Ember and Jasper related?
Ooh, I feel like we are.
Let's do it.
If you don't mind, we're related.
not mind,
Are we
yeah.
cousins or are we siblings?
I'm good with siblings.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
By blood
that's
or
good
by
with me.
adoption?
Are we foster kids?
Ooh,
Oh.
foster. Yeah.
All right.
We're families.
Because we need orphans at Christmas.
Orphans
That's
at
how-
Christmas.
Orphans at Christmas.
And how old is everybody? Just like that doesn't really have any bearing on anything, but
I am 89.
wow. Rad. Okay.
feel like I'm a solid 28.
28 for Ember.
Yeah,
I can rent a car.
Yeah.
I can drink.
I think Jasper presents as late 20s as well. It's still sort of amorphous in the text of the book, but like gods are immortal, so I guess you can sort of pick when you're done getting older, and then stop. If you
I
want.
feel like EBG has been old his whole life.
Yeah. Like I'm definitely that kind of old where you're like, oh, that guy definitely said some things before the society came around.
Even as a baby, we had a Benjamin Button situation that just never went backwards.
It never went
it started
backwards.
old and just stayed
and
there.
just stayed
Yeah.
old. Great. So this is our little mini pantheon. I'm going to say, for the sake of argument that the three of you have worked together on stuff before. You are all friends as much as anyone can be friends with capitalism. You are friendly, the three of you.
Mhm.
And we are going to take a little bio break, but when we get back, we are going to get into the most ridiculousness. There is, unfortunately, capitalism has a large family. EBG has a large family, and he actually has he has a lot of like just mortals in his family that have not gotten any kind of godhood, and they are always getting into trouble and looking to capitalism to bail them out, which maybe not the smartest thing to do. So let's see if we can find the spirit of Christmas between the three of you.
I mean, to be fair, I only bail out the ones that are too big to fail.
Wow.
Help with
cool.
insurance plots.
Cool.
That's what it is.
Cool. Great. Well, I can't wait to see what happens here. So I'm going to send all of you on your way for, maybe a couple minute break. Go get yourself a warm spiced drink of some kind. Perhaps buy something from an online website.
Yeah, do that.
And then light something on fire, because that's the theme here today. And we'll be right back. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Welcome back from the break. I'm trying very hard to inject holiday cheer into this, and they hate it. So we're gonna do our best. Beep 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 beep. Okay, here we go. The three of you, I'm gonna say, hanging out together. Ember, Jasper, and EBG. At like maybe a street cart. It is very close to Annulus right now, which is very much like more like a Yule celebration in the Shining Garden where you all live. It is technically the first day of winter. It has not started snowing yet. That means that Annulus has not officially started yet, but people sort of start the prep a little bit beforehand. They get really excited about it. People are putting out wreaths on the outside of their dwellings as an offering to the loop. They want to make sure that if she passes by, she can see that they are properly honoring her with their fanciest decorations outside. And you're getting ready to head over to Darling, which is the very fancy pants party neighborhood. They have a lot of drag racing and things there, and every year the Annulus drag racing is the best because the track is insane. And so the three of you are going to go do that as a group of friends. And EVG, your cousin comes up to you. He's always falling for the latest scams, right? Yeah. He's mortal. He's not a god. And he thinks that he's got that next get rich quick scheme. He knows this one's going to work.
Yeah, the hustle mentality. I love that.
He does.
I've got a whole generation of suckers with that one.
He's got a black eye. And he comes in and he sees you and he comes over and he says, hey, I think I maybe messed up this time.
Oh boy, what have you done? Oh, and that eye is a mess. I really hope you can afford to get that looked at.
Yeah, definitely cannot afford that. No. So
too bad.
I found this. I found this. I started a business. A business. Yes, you're always telling me that I should start a business.
Pull yourself up for your bootstraps.
Right. I did that. And I took a pretty hefty loan from somebody. Definitely a well-respected establishment. And I can't quite pay it back, and it was due already. So
you're not late for a loan, are you? I don't know if I can even talk to you if you're late to a loan.
Well, they don't. Okay, so they don't want. They gave me a different option, right? It's not. Okay. I don't have to pay back money.
No money.
I just have one.
What was that? Listen, I got to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time talking with you. I can smell your credit score, and it's really messing up my day. Yep. Get to the point. What's happening here?
I just need to win the Annulus drag race.
Oh. Drag race. That's in with the kids these days, isn't it? Oh, and it's dangerous too. Tell me more about this race.
So, it's just the one that happens every year, and they entered me in it, and I just have to win, and then my debt is wiped clean.
Oh well,
yay!
That's amazing. I'm sure you'll do well,
right.
or somebody else will.
I can't actually drive. And you look down, and his right leg is broken in so many places.
Oh, you're gonna need to take out another loan to get that looked at.
Well, they said that if I got someone to drive for me, that it would still count. So I thought you might.
You're gonna need to pay a driver to drive for you.
Do it. Then maybe you would do it.
Oh, you want me to drive for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing that they gave me, it's sort of not like a one person vehicle. Like runs best with 5, but like there's 3 of you
so
here. You could probably
need to employ a whole crew. Then what's your budget?
I could be the person who watches with the headset and tells you stuff that's coming up.
I saw that from the hilarious Will Ferrell movie Talladega Nights. That's the pit guy. No, that's great. No, what I'm asking you is, it sounds like you need a whole crew, including a driver.
Mm-hmm.
So what is our budget here? Is we're gonna have to get to brass taxes. Nothing in life is free.
Right.
How did that happen? Okay, but
if I don't know about a budget, but they just said that if I don't win, that they kill me. So.
Oh well, I can talk to the dad, so that's great. We can have chats.
Question: can we hear this conversation?
Oh yeah, happening. Right
okay, I'm sorry. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. So is this like a Formula One deal or an American like drag race kind of deal? Or no, it's like Tokyo Drift, right? That's the thing.
Tokyo Drift. That was one of those Fast and Furious movies. That specialized and exploited that sport. I think that's different than American drag racing. I don't even think it's considered American drag racing. But you know what? We're gonna put our American stamp on it. Red, white, blue, baby. These colors don't run; they race. So what's our? Listen, I can tell that you want us to do this for you, and I'm more than happy to do that. I'm gonna need some sort of collateral.
My life is the collateral.
Oh, that's for you being into the race. So for me being involved, I'm gonna need a little something else, you know.
Like,
come on, it's the holiday spirit. Isn't this like your nephew? Niece? A relative?
Cousin?
Yeah. Cousin. Cousin.
Yeah,
I mean,
cousin.
It's, and I'm just like, you know what? I hear that a lot of companies are looking to just throw money at people who would put stickers on their cars.
And
I'm pretty sure I need
true.
to do, I bet I could, the engine just needs fire. And if I just hit the gas pedal and put more fire in the engine, we'll go faster. So that's like a guarantee win.
Oh, what if you set all of our competitors on fire? That would get massive views on social. We'll go viral. We could then pivot that into some sort of marketing strategy. I like the way you think.
Just saying. I mean, this could be an opportunity for us. Like, and there's like those movies that said like fire in the wheels, we're just be so fast, there's fire. And I'm sure like, hey, bro, you have some like promotional thing going on with your Starbucks lady friend, right? That you could work out. This is 'tis the season. I feel like we should just be a little bit generous. And it's family.
Excuse me, what did you just say to me?
Generous is
we don't use that word around here.
I meant we're going to trick the other people into thinking that we're generous because this is going to be a rag to riches story. You're going out there for family. And you know what people love? Doing stuff for family. and then Hallmark movie deals and all that stuff. You get your documentary. Netflix will probably pick it up.
And if Netflix picks up the documentary, that means that Who's immediately going to do the same. That's 2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1. And everybody's into that Formula One racing, nowadays they had that series on Netflix and then they transferred it to Hulu.
So
and now it's a whole.
So are you doing it or?
All right, yeah, we're going to do it, but here's the stipulations, kid.
Okay.
In the documentary, I am the racer, the driver. It's all about me, and we're going to dilute your importance in the story a little bit.
But I'll be alive, right? So
I mean, I can't promise we'll win, but but if we do, you don't get any residuals on the documentary or any retelling of the story there.
That's fine. I really just want to not die.
Oh,
So.
You know what? I bet if we talk, we go in a circle, right? And I bet this could be a great in for the loop. We could get in a word, help us loop around.
You're gonna.
It's a symbolism.
You're gonna call it crowned member, like.
No, we'll just kind of dedicate it. Should we not? Like, wouldn't that help boost us in our numbers and ratings?
I am not going to get involved with any of the clade personally. I don't. You guys can do whatever you want.
So, cousin of mine that I love so much with all my heart that I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart for.
Yeah,
you think they're more important than me?
The clade?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you would tell me that okay. Well, no, that's fine.
Yes.
All right. No, that's fine.
He like steps back and like looks around and is like, I absolutely think the clade is more important than anyone else here.
They're not listening.
How do you know that?
I mean, they might be, I guess. I wouldn't know. Rhyme could be.
That's fine.
Well, but just think of the potential of this, I'm thinking we could paint the car like a hot red, burning red, just like.
Oh, red and gold, like the Iron Man colors. That movie did gangbusters.
So who do you owe the money to?
Well, it's not money anymore, right? It's not money.
Right. Who do you owe your life to?
Oh, it's Alistair. Everybody give me a know and brains check.
Is this information that he does not want us to know?
No, it's just seeing if you happen to know it, if you happen to know who he is.
Brains and
So
1.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. You have never heard of Alistair?
No.
So I've got 2 dice to roll because I've got a 1 of brains and a 1 of no. I actually got 3 successes on it. I got a 6 and 2 5s out of that.
Well done.
I got 2 6s out of my pool of 6.
Which you can re-roll those 6s because they explode.
Oh. Heck yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's 3 6s.
Okay. That's 6.
Do I get to roll it again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Ooh, nice
That's
explosion.
4 6s. I love this die.
Keep going.
It's only a 5.
That's still a success, though.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But it doesn't explode. So 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 successes, and then you had 3 successes. Ember, you've never heard of Alistair. Maybe you don't frequent any place that has some shady dealings. EBG and Jasper, you have definitely heard of Alistair. He's like a pretty shady loan shark. Operates out of Darlene specifically. People come in, they want to bet on the races, and he will gladly extend a line of credit. And then inevitably, when people cannot pay him back, he extorts them for favors or for sort of other things, people tend to disappear that cross Alistair.
Oh yeah, he's one of my all-stars.
But they're all mortals.
Mhm.
That
Alistair's mortal also.
you unclear.
I mean, it sounds like you are in a bad spot.
Yes.
I mean, you don't mind me
I don't have
asking.
a
I know
follow-up.
it's like worth your life, but how much exactly did you take out as a loan?
Well, I mean, it was gonna be, like a triple return on my investment. Like it was, I was ready. It was gonna be a surefire thing, and
Mhm.
it didn't end up being that.
Of course not.
So he offered a favor instead, and so I took the favor, and the favor is to win the race.
Would I know offhand about how competitive this actual race is?
Give me a no and brains check.
That went thanks.
Okay.
5.
Oh, that's a success. That's one success.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a thing that people have been talking about a lot. And it's really prestigious to have won it. You sort of hold on to the crown for the year. It's a big deal.
Oh, okay. So there's like heavy hitters. And how far along is like the race is like today?
It is tomorrow morning.
Oh.
It is like it starts when the snow starts to fall. So it's very soon.
I mean, do you even have a car?
Yeah, Alistair provided a car.
Can we look at the car? I want to see what kind of condition we are.
Sure.
Hmm.
So he takes you to the garage where it is being kept. It doesn't really look like a traditional car, but that is kind of par for the course for this race. Everything kind of looks like a contraption, this particular one, because it is an Annulus race, and he tries to like get in good with the clade. This looks like a whole bunch of wreaths sort of put together. So it almost looks like a big giant hamster ball. But when you go inside of it, there are 4 seats inside. And then there's one seat that is like up on top of the ball. There's a lot of levers and buttons. It's very complicated.
Do you know how to drive this?
No.
And they expect you to win.
Right.
And if you don't win, you die.
Yes.
So it sounds like they're just going to bet against you, right? And then just kill you anyways.
I'm hoping that's not it.
Smart play. That's what I do. If
I mean, the
didn't
race
love
is-
my cousin so much,
I mean, the race itself is dangerous as hell, let alone, someone who doesn't know how to drive their car.
Is this really a car? It's a ball.
Right. Well, this is the car.
I think they gave you this car.
Yes.
I think you were being set up.
For failure?
Yes.
Oh.
And everything that entails.
Oh.
Oh, you guys are such downers. Look on the bright side of things. I tried climbing in and seeing if I can start it up.
Great. You're in one of the internal seats?
Yes.
Okay.
What
Let's-
happens? I'm going to start just randomly pressing buttons because what could go wrong?
Love it. All right. Well, let's have this be. It feels like you're faking knowing what you're doing. So I'm going to say it's fake. And if you're trying to use your brain to just like reason it out, you can use brains. And if you're trying to just like enforce your will on it, you can use presence.
Well, you know what? This is fine. Okay, so I could use. I'll try presence because I'm
Okay.
just going to try to force my will on it. Because you know what, guys, are Debbie Downers. This is like what? It can't be too hard. You put fire in the engine and it just goes straight.
Sure.
So this is presence and fake, right?
Correct.
And then even if I have a 0, I can still have a 1 in it, or no?
So what do you have? What do you have in fake?
0,
And what do you have in presence?
2.
Okay, so your dice pool is just 2. If you had 0
Okay.
in both of them, then you would just roll.
Okay. All right, I understand now.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 4 and a 6.
Okay, roll that 6 again.
It's a 3.
Okay, so
I
you
got
got
one
one success. You're able to get it going briefly. It's like kind of shuddering around you. It does die again, but this was just from like randomly pushing pedals and buttons. Like it starts up a little bit, but then sort of peters out.
I have a question. Am I able to talk to my worshipers at all?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna go into our Slack.
Uh-huh. Good.
And I'm gonna go. I'm basically putting up a job posting in my worshiper Slack of mechanic, driver, somebody to come over here to like take a look at the car, maybe spruce it up with the promise of a blessing and that sort of deal.
Okay. Let's see how many you can attract. Give me a presence and impress roll.
All right, let's see. Presence is 2. Okay, that's bad. We're getting somewhere. Impress is 1. Here we go. All right, that is 6, 5, and 4.
Okay, so your 6 explodes. So far we have 2 successes.
And then it exploded into a 5.
Okay, so that's 3 successes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have a couple of people respond. So your followers are not mechanics or drivers. You specifically said that they were
They're
hedge fund managers.
Mhm.
But they're gonna come.
Oh, so
2 of
okay.
them are on their way, but you don't know how helpful they're going to be. But they feel like they are going to be helpful.
I mean, the
You know-
chances of one of them being like a car collector is probably pretty good. But
That's
do they
kinda
know
what I'm-
anything about it? I don't know.
That's kind of what I was making on. Like, I was hoping like a Jay Leno would be like, "Oh yeah, let's get in there, take a look at it." Or I know a guy.
So two people show up a little while later. Your cousin has been taken away by some Alistair goons.
When they come, I just tell them to send Alistair my best.
Great. They look
Cool.
confused, but say, "All right, I'll do that." So you have people, and I'm going to roll to see how successful they are. And you wanted it to be what? Spruced up?
I want it to be spruced up, and I want to see if anybody had access to a good driver.
Let's do it. Beep 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 beep.
Somebody's got to have baby driver's number.
Okay. Do.
Ooh, that's a good face.
They come over and they say, "Hey, EBG, thank you so much for
Yeah. I know.
trusting us with this. We're just so thrilled and honored to be in your
Mhm.
presence, and we 100% took a look at the car, and we really, really, really souped it up for you. It's going to be the highest performance that it could possibly have. We don't know any drivers, unfortunately, but like you probably don't even need one really at this point. Like, it could probably drive itself. We did so good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so you said you wanted people to argue with the GM, so here we go. As a reward for these guys, I would like to use party favors.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like it to be themed for EBG.
Sure.
So I'd like him to go, thank you all very much. Here's some inside stock information. Do it
Great.
what you will. So he's just like giving them some insider trading information.
Sure.
If they get caught, that's not my problem.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
It comes in. It comes out in like, little pretty with like confetti.
I want to make a check
Okay.
to see if these guys are blowing smoke or if they have actually made the vehicle better.
You are welcome to check that. That feels
I would like to check that.
It's either a no or a notice.
I'm going to do
And-
notice.
Brains.
All right. Notice and brains. So that's a dice pool of 3. for
Okay.
me. I rolled 2 5s and a 6 right out of the gate. And that 6 turns into a 5. So that's what? 4 successes total.
No, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. Hey, Evie, I feel like
You got the G.
that was us. That costs extra. That was a song and dance.
I respect
Yeah,
that.
they have like once you gave them the insider training, they just scuttled right away. They are gone now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I gave him a poison pill.
I sure, but I feel like that was a display of terror from followers who were called into the presence of their god, and then you were like, "Hey, do this thing," and then they said, "We did it."
So I should smite them?
I mean, listen, you can do what you want with them. I just think they don't know anything about cars.
Oh, so I was lied to. All right. You see him tap his wood cane. And the diamond glows.
Mm-hmm.
I would again, I'm flavoring his weapon distance thing. And just 2 emails go off to the IRS with their books and their cookbooks.
Okay, so I need you to do this. You're making an attack, so
Yes,
you're going to be
to my-
doing a hit, and because you're using your stuff, it's going to be presence. So hit and presence, please.
Okay. Can I make an argument for weird?
Nope, because you are making an attack, so it is a
Okay.
hit.
All
Plus
right, that's me.
presence, please.
So that's Steelix. Okay. All right, that's a 1, 3, and 6.
Your 6 explodes.
And that is a 5 again. So-
Okay, so 2 successes.
Wow.
Mortals are pretty squishy. You have definitely done this. Strangely, you feel a touch weaker now because you have just lost several followers. Because
They'll
it's
be
okay.
back.
It's okay. Well, I always shed a couple around this time of year.
it's true.
Black Friday, they come right back, so it's fine.
Listen, when the presidents retire, the VPs move up.
That's true.
That's what
Mhm, mhm.
You're
but
only pulling from the top, which means you're never down for long.
I feel a little bit bummed out, but when I see their mugshots, it always brings me right back. There's nothing better than people who think they're untouchable being very touched. So yeah. No,
So we
it's
still
fine.
don't know. We still don't know how to drive it, though, right? I don't.
Mhm.
I'll volunteer that information. I
Well,
don't know how to drive.
Well, let me see if I can figure this out. I mean, it can't be too hard. I mean, I whispered the secrets of marketing into the ears of Henry Ford.
Yeah, aid a bit by being like, hey, I did this number combo, and it went like, yep.
Okay, let's try
There
it
you
out.
go. That's my aid.
I would like to sit in the driver's seat and see if I can figure this out.
Okay. Which seat you're in? One of the interior seats?
Yeah, I'm going in whatever seat looks like it's the driver's seat. So whichever one has the pedals, the wheels.
They all have pedals. They all have wheels. They all have buttons.
Frig. Then I'm going to go into the one that's seated where drivers are in whichever country we're in. So if it's US, we're going on the driver's side of the US. If we're in some other place,
okay.
Then yeah.
So left side, upper or lower?
Oh, jeez.
We're gonna go.
We just need a lot of people to drive this at once.
Probably. I'm gonna go on the upper because I'm not gonna speed the lower.
Okay. Upper left. Okay. And what are you doing there? Are you just like poking at buttons? What's your plan?
I'm going to, if I see a gear shift, put it in drive, and then lightly press my foot on the long skinny pedal.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, let's see. I'm gonna say exert.
Oh,
You're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You and probably either brains or reflex. You may choose whichever one.
I'm gonna go with brains. I have 0 in exert, so let's just hope these 3 get me through. 5, 1, 3. So 1 success.
So 1 success. You have shifted into what you believe is drive. Nothing's really labeled. And you are pushing down on the pedal, and it is starting to move a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Jasper's outside the car clapping. You're doing it.
Yeah, I
Now
usually
what?
succeed at things. I am going to undo everything that I did to try and put it back in park.
Okay.
I'm going to head to the next seat upper.
Okay.
And
Well, first, please
Mhm.
give me an exert and brains roll again.
Right.
See if you undo it.
Oh, that's not good so far. Oh, thank God. All right, that was a 1, 4, and a 6. And 6 turned to a 5.
Okay,
2
2 successes. Yeah, you shift it back to how it was originally.
Mhm.
It is stationary.
Well, I don't think we know how to drive this.
No, we do not.
I can figure it out, but
I mean, we would have to race against people who do know how to drive, right?
I mean,
that's how the race works, right?
If we render every other car inoperable, we're winner by default. I don't understand why we want to win by succeeding when we could just,
we could also just go talk to Alistair maybe and see what's going on with him.
I guess. Why do you always have to be so reasonable, Jasper? God.
Listen, I'm down for whatever we want to do. If we want to cheat a lot to win a race, that's fantastic. But also, what if people out cheat us? Then we're stuck driving and we can't drive this car because there's 3 of us.
I mean, you have you tried? You say it a lot. What if we all collectively sit in this thing? Because, I don't wait. Where did your I don't know where your cousin went. Anywho, I feel like we just need to huddle together, build the warmth. Maybe that's what the engine needs. Warmth.
Always with this warmth.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So Jasper's gonna get inside the car, and I'm gonna pull out a thermos and pour out my familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have my familiar sit in the seat next to me. And then I have a prehensile tail. So Jasper's going to try and operate as much of this car simultaneously as possible.
Okay.
and I'm just going to see what happens. I
Okay.
don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try, and who knows?
I just like do a nice warm massage. You got this, bro. You got this. You can do this. Come on, think about it. Just
Okay,
just
so
think
this
of the
is-
liquid in the engine.
I feel like
Driving
this
can't
is
be hard, right?
definitely
Yeah.
an exert because you're using so many parts of your body.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
I
this
would like
feels
to argue for presence.
because you're using your
because-
familiar.
I'm using 2 wonders for this.
Okay, I can see that.
Specifically for so that's I think this is Jasper being super divine about what's going on. So presence plus exert is 4 dice.
Go ahead.
Got this, bro.
Got this, bro.
I got 3 5s and a 1. So 3
Okay.
successes.
3
Nothing
successes.
exploding though.
Okay, so you're you get the car started. It is thrumming beneath you. Like you can feel it around you. It's on.
Mhm.
And it is moving forward a little bit.
Oh, I
Okay.
have one with the wheel too, right? I have one wheel, right?
Are you still in the car?
Yeah, I thought we were all sitting in the car at the same time.
Yeah. I
So-
want to do sorry, go ahead.
So,
No, go ahead.
So all of them are. So you have all 4 seats, internal seats covered, because you have
Yes.
one with the familiar. Okay. Well then, if you're all attempting, can we also have another roll from EBG and Ember?
With
I think this is exert, that you're now all just throwing your body into it. So exert, and you may use brains or presence.
I'll use presence. Certain presence. Let's do it. Let's do this.
We have 3 successes currently.
No
because of the fact-
success on my end.
Great.
4 successes.
4 successes. You have this car going and it is moving forward. The only problem with that is that you are moving and you are gaining speed and you are moving directly at the wall of the garage in front of you.
Can I hit the brake?
Ram.
Here's the thing I want to do. I want to do a thing that's maybe a little strange.
I can't wait.
So I want to do a rote about it.
Let's do a rote about it.
Taking a page from what Ember said. This car likely has a lot of fluids in it.
Yeah.
And I want to do a rote that uses learn and maybe some other stuff to see what I can figure out about how this car specifically
operates?
moves, operates, drives, things like that, in a way that I can convey to everybody else to make us better at driving.
Okay. So, learn. I feel like you're a little stressed.
I feel like this is a stress situation.
It is
Certainly.
a stressed situation. So for learn, how many ranks do you want to put into it?
So I would like to. Well, okay. So I feel like this might even go as high as a rank 5 if it's something like learn how to drive the car.
Sure.
Because that's where for a stressed situation, that's where we get to the medium effect. I
Yep.
figure that's enough for me to discover how this thing works.
Yeah, absolutely. That will cost some juice, but you can absolutely do it.
I don't know that it probably needs a rank or 2 in wild card,
Mhm.
because these aren't drinking liquids,
They,
but they are.
they shouldn't be
They should not be
I
drinking
think you
liquids.
could drink it once.
once.
They are. You could drink it one time and it would be very delicious, and that would be the last thing you would ever have.
Nope. Probably not. I would say 2 ranks in wild card because
Okay.
it is liquid, but they're currently not warm or spiced, and you don't drink them. So 2. So
Okay.
it'll
I mean,
be,
I would argue they are warm because it's an engine.
yeah, but you haven't really gotten it going, friends. It is not
Ah.
warm at all. So it's going to be 7. So 2 for wild card, 5 for learn. And
Mhm.
then you have to also, you've gone up in the tax bracket. Do you have any discounts?
Not for the things that I'm using.
Okay, so it's going to cost you 14 Aether points.
I will spend that.
And then we are going to have you roll a d6 to confirm. When you do a rote, which is your spells, it always succeeds. That doesn't necessarily mean that there are not complications.
I rolled a 3.
Rolled a 3 as intended. You learn how to drive this car. You are inside of
Fantastic.
it. It runs best with 4. It can run with 2.
So I'll say to Ember and EBG, I think we can, as a group, collectively drive this car. I don't know that makes us racers.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we figured out how to make it go and turn and all of those things.
As we're approaching the garage, EBG just kind of goes, which one of these is the brakes? Because
That
any
one.
points. Oh, okay, cool.
Hit that one.
And he hits the brake.
Yeah.
See?
Hits the brakes. So you do not run into the wall.
We might, however, I have plans for later. I don't want to spoil it now. Do we want to be the ones in the race?
I mean, if we're going to do this, I suppose.
I feel like, yeah, it's going to be fun.
You
then
feel
we
like
can stick the
racing is better
tires on.
than just like going to Alistair and being like, don't kill your cousin?
I think this sounds like a lot of talking. We could get glory. We could be on lights and stage.
I'm not gonna tell Alistair not to kill my cousin. Alistair came up with a very clever business tactic, and my cousin, the fool that he is, fell for it. And
Okay.
I feel
So
that-
what if you
I
buy
mean,
him out then?
yeah, but I know the value of my cousin. And it's
Oh,
not-
no, Alistair. Buy Alistair. Just buy the whole thing.
I mean,
It
I
didn't
was-
hurt. It won't hurt to talk. Just to talk, I guess.
fine, we can go talk to Alistair. I just hate to interrupt someone doing such good work.
I get it. I get it. Your cousin messed up real bad a couple of times.
So
And you've got a lot of cousins, so it's not like
and I can't.
the loss would be
keep
that
saving
bad.
them. Like, I know that I am a gracious individual, but this is getting beyond ridiculous.
So gracious.
You know? I make
that's
the
what you're
world
known
go
for is your
round.
grace.
Yes. Without me, it'd be chaos.
All right, we could go and talk. But I mean, if we do have to drive, it'd be pretty cool. My idea is that we just set this thing on fire while we're driving, and just like it makes us go faster. I'm pretty sure because it's circled in brambles, right? And brambles just, you know.
It is a combustion engine. I did learn that.
It is.
So you're not entirely wrong that the fire makes it go.
You also learned that none of the steering components are attached to that top seat.
Meaning the top seat is used for what? Like gunner? So the top seat does nothing, as near as I can tell.
Stays on top.
I thought
Like
you
a
figured out
BB-8.
how this thing works. You're starting to sound a
Well, I
little
figured out
unsafe.
how to drive it. So that just means that the top seat doesn't impact the driving. I'm gonna go up and check out the top seat.
Okay. The top seat can swivel 360 degrees. It's got a heavy duty seatbelt, and that's about it.
I think this is. I haven't been to any of the races in Darling, but I think this is where like a gunner sits. It just spins and there's a seatbelt.
Is there any like TikTok, YouTube videos we could probably pull up, figure out what this actually looks like?
Oh,
Like,
sure. You
the
all
races?
have a like a communicator that you wear on your wrists that you can like scroll through everything. I think it's probably not terribly difficult to find. So just like if all three of you are looking, I really just need one success between the three of you.
And this is probably brains and
probably brains and no. You could also do I mean it could probably be a little something else. Hold on. If anybody has an argument for something that is not brains and no, you could hit me with
no,
that.
that's not right.
That's good.
I did not get any success.
Okay. Ember's having a rough day. She just
Hard.
wants to set things on fire. I get it.
You guys, this is a lot of thinking. I don't understand why we have to think about it. You just gotta go fast.
That's another 4 successes.
Okay, so you pull up a video and they're absolutely, there's a lot of, not every single car is shaped like a ball, right? Like there's there's ones that are traditional car shaped and there's ones that are sort of Mad Maxian in their style. There's a bunch of different shapes, but there's always one seat that has a single figure up there, just like throwing spells around at the other drivers.
I see. So this is the seat for the shenanigans. Well, this is not
Shenanigan seat.
the best place for me to be seated unless someone else feels that they're more inclined to partake in shenaniganery.
Oh, I mean, if you tell all of this to us, I'll be like, yes, please.
Right.
Please.
Right. Put the guy who controls capitalism and not the one that can literally throw fire up on top. This is no problem.
But I mean, okay, but I mean, so we could just also talk to the person in charge. Like, where did your cousin go? We just got left here. Did you realize that?
Alistair's goons came and picked him up. Most likely to re-break his or to break his other leg.
Boomer is one of Alistair's goons.
No, that was me.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You were excited.
My mistake. Woof, 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 woof.
So yeah, Alistair just brought him in to break his other leg. It's no big deal.
All right. Well, if we feel like we can race this race in this car, we should do it. Also, question for the storyteller.
Answer. Do you want me to go first?
That route that I did.
Yeah.
Was I able to ascertain any, like, are there traps in the car? Like, did Alistair really set the cousin up to fail by giving them this vehicle, or is it functional and should behave as we expect it to?
It's functional. It does not have any extras. Like, one of the things that you saw in that video, there's the person on top slinging spells, but there was also like stuff that like came out of some of the cars, like physical stuff. That there's nothing in this car for that.
I mean,
Okay.
I think the most important thing for us to figure out is exactly who we're racing against. If it's just a bunch of mortals, then it should be fine. But if we encounter another divine being, then I suppose there's competition, which I'm all in support of. But I
mean, let's do it.
What's the next step then?
We could
The race is.
Oh, go. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to ask. The race is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow at about midday. You're about, I would say, like 18 hours out from it.
Practice?
Could I particularly use a route to find out who we're racing against tomorrow.
Oh. Okay. Let me go to that part. Okay, so you are looking to discover
Into the future. I mainly want to figure out, are we racing another god? Or are we just racing mortals?
Okay. So let's do a rote. Let's do a rote about it. It's going to be a learn rote.
Okay, I do have a discount on that.
Okay.
Nice.
So let's build it, and then we'll figure out, and we'll put your discount on. So I'm gonna say it's a rank 3 for learn, but you're gonna need to do some distance because they're not in the garage with you.
I also have a discount on distance.
Perfect. So you are in the area where like all of the garages are kept. So I'm gonna say you're currently in a controlled situation. Everybody's kind of calmed down now that you figured out how to drive. So I'm gonna say if you do up to 1 mile, which is rank 5 in a controlled situation, that you, if they are in this garage area, you'd be able to figure that out. And I'm gonna make you take a little bit in scope.
Okay.
Because you're looking to not just find one person. You're looking to find like multiple cars or racers or whatever. So I'm gonna have you take 4 ranks in that. 3 plus, so that's 12.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
If we perhaps angle this to find out who is having bets placed on them, it might be cheaper. It might not get us everybody in the list, but we might be able to find out who in particular, because you're the god of capitalism.
Right.
We could go that route.
Go the money route.
So
Yeah.
instead of, instead of doing bets, I'd imagine that there's a fee to even be in the race. So that's why that's why I kind of figured the god of capitalism would know. It's just like, oh, they had to pay to be here. So, oh, that's who it is.
Yeah. Yep. Skill. I actually
you have
don't
to pay
think
for everything these days.
I don't think that adjusts. I guess maybe distance would be different. But you are also not next to you're not right next to the place that holds that. But that could maybe drop it down a little bit. 3. That makes it 11. And then what are your discounts?
Distance and learn.
Okay, so 1 discount in distance and 1 discount in learn. That's going to cost you 9 Aether. So subtract that from your Aether pool, please.
Nice.
And then roll me a D6 to see what happens.
I got a 3.
Okay, as intended. So, you have a list. It doesn't necessarily tell you if there are any gods on there, but you know that there are 7 other teams. So there are a total of 8 cars.
Okay. And then there's one last thing I'd like to bug you with, if I could.
Yeah.
Now that I have their names, is there a way for me to do a no check to see if I recognize them as a god or a god alias? Because secrets are my jam.
Sure. Then you will be using your specialization. So your 5s and your first 5s and all your 6s will explode.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. So
yeah, specializations are rad.
So nice. So
oh my god.
So no one brains.
Okie dokie. So that's 6. That's a 6. That's a 5. That's a 5. That's a 3, 1, and 4.
Okay, so all 3 of those explode.
That is a 4. That is a 6, and that is a 5.
Another explosion. That's
And
fine.
So this-
That's
The 6
That's
will
one of the
explode, but the
4.
5 does not on the
Oh,
second
okay.
one.
okay. So, yeah, that's a 1 and 4. So that's it.
Okay, so I have 5 successes from you.
Mhm.
You are fairly certain that every team has one god.
Oh, this is actually going to be work. I hate this. Fine.
So are we not talking to Alistair at all? Are we just gonna try to hedge our bets to win the most? Because if we bet on ourselves to win and we win, that's like a big upset.
Oh,
Are there any impressive gods on the list? Or are they just like, oh no, they're just, they're the god of doofuses, like, is there any like Zeus and Odin on this list? Like, anybody that's
I mean,
a problem.
most of them are car related in some way.
Oh, hate it. The only thing worse than a card guy is a card god. All right, yeah, we could go. We could go talk to what's his face. See if we can get some information. I don't like the situation he's put me in. Good guy. I just hate what's happening here.
Okay. Great. Well, we've been going for another hour. We have about 1 hour left of this adventure. So I'm going to have us take another quick little bio break.
Woo.
We will be back in a few minutes, friends, to see if these knuckleheads ever make it onto the racetrack or if they
No.
just are going to let EBG's cousin expire.
And the true meaning of Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Woof.
sorry.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll be back in a few minutes. Maybe. Okay, bye.
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 Welcome back from the second break. Ba, 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 ba. I'm not used to having 2 breaks in Sarah's Table. Feels a little weird, but that's what we're doing here. Today, we're doing it in the weird. So, you figured out how to drive the car. You have figured out that the other 7 teams all have one god with them. What are you doing? What's happening?
So yeah, I think we're gonna go visit Alistair.
Okay. He is not hard to find on
Oh, no.
purpose.
I got him on speed dial.
He wants to, but I mean, he is a person that you want to find. Like, he wants you to be able to find him because then he can give you loans and things.
Yeah.
Nice.
An industrious businessman.
He's very industrious. He's impeccably dressed. He is very clean. He has a very sharp, like, pinstripe suit on. And he is having a drink when you find him.
So hello, Alistair. I believe you have some business with my cousin.
Oh, yes. Well, he just owes me.
Of course he does.
You've muted yourself.
Whoops. I must say I love the way that the business is running.
Yes, business is going quite well. Thank you.
Well, no, thank you. So, of course, my cousin made their way to me, and they have asked for help. And so we have decided to help.
Very generous of you.
Well, first, I just wanted to ask, is there any way that I may be able to get you to consider perhaps forgiving the loan and letting us all forego this nonsense?
Oh, that is so
I had
sweet and misguided.
I had to try. Everything has a price. Well, my colleagues here, they may have some questions and about the race and the people that we are racing against. What are the odds on us?
Oh,
Would you happen to know?
Not good, really.
That's what I figured. Now, you wouldn't do anything to ensure that we didn't win, would you?
Well, now, why would I do that?
All right, I'd like to check him on that one. if I could.
Sure. So you are gonna you're checking to see if he's lying?
Yep. The vibe check.
Okay. I would say either no or notice.
Okay.
And it depends on how you're checking. Are you checking with your intellect? Are you looking for signs of...
I screw people over all the time and I know all the signs.
Okay, then presence probably. Notice and presence, or no and presence.
Okay. So we're gonna do no and presence, which gives me a total of 5 dice.
Great.
Ooh, nice. It's a big pool.
It's a good pool.
A 6, a 5, a 4, a 4, and a 4.
Okay. So that 6 explodes.
Okay, here we go. And it exploded into a 2. So
okay, so 2 successes. As far as you can tell, he's not hiding anything. He truly doesn't feel like he needs to hinder you in this race.
So it's like that then. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. I mean, you've never raced before, and you're up against teams that have been racing for years, and you don't have a full team. So,
of course, right.
I feel pretty good in my position.
As well you should. As well you should. I just make sure to diversify your income stream. You don't want to put all
so
your
you'd be
chips
betting
on this.
betting against us then.
Well, I'm not betting at all.
What seems like poor planning on your part.
It's not about the money.
I think it's always about the money.
It's always
Look-
about the money.
So here's what will happen. Either you will win and I will get the winnings, which means that your cousin's debt will be cleared, or you will lose and then your cousin will be dead, which means that his debt will move on to someone else, probably familial, and I'll eventually get it.
See, this is why I respect you, Alistair, but also your planning is terrible. See, it's a win-win situation once you take out a life insurance policy on my cousin. That's the way you run this. That way, if you win, you get the winnings, and then if you kill him, then you get the money. And you don't even have to let him know that you've done it, so that if he dies later, or if you decide to kill him later, then you double dip in your earnings. It's
strangely, it feels like I am more honorable than you are.
Oh yeah.
Who cares about honor? My profit margins makes yours look like a joke.
You know what? If it isn't about the money, because I thought you are like, from what I understand, you were loan sharks, or not loan sharks, sorry, lenders like money.
Of course.
But if you're just gonna put him in a position to lose and die anyways, is it more about, are you just more into the sacrifice of things? Let's see if he like flinches or something like that. If I mention
No flinch. He's as cool as a cucumber.
because it just doesn't. It just seems like a loss, because you could get like an indentured servant for life. Seems like
No.
you're putting in a loss because you're losing the resource of a car.
While they're talking, I am opening up a life insurance policy on myself.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess for me, I just don't understand. Is it just you want his family indebted to you?
He does not give you any indication of what his desires are.
Hey, Sarah, what's he drinking? Can I tell from here?
It's a cocktail of some kind.
Cocktail of some sort. Okay. Alistair, I think, and I'm gonna sit down next to him,
Okay.
and then there's gonna be a glass there which has whatever it is that he's drinking in my glass.
Okay.
I feel like I don't understand your end game here.
Mm-hmm.
You've put a lot into the cousin. You've put a lot into the car. It seems like you've set yourself up to lose a lot, materially speaking. Is it just to send a message that people need to pay their debt? Is that really what it is worth to you? Just reinforcing your position?
He sort of like cocks his eyebrow at you, like sort of impressed that you have come up with that sort of thought, because the rest of your party was like, I don't know, money, we don't know. And he says, I don't like it when people don't pay their debts. I always give them the option of a favor instead of immediate death. It's fun for me. But there's been people who've been a little lax recently, also within my organization. So if you lose, we're going to kill the cousin in a very public way.
Right. Because you've let things go a little slack in your organization.
I have a couple of, call them lieutenants, who are getting a touch uppity.
Sounds like you should make an example of the lieutenants.
Oh,
instead of
it will be them as well.
Right.
They're all part of the problem.
While they're talking, is there any way for me to see what around here Alistair holds most valuable?
This feels like you can try it a couple of different ways. You could do a road about it.
Okay.
Or you could do notice secrets.
Okay.
I like
and
that.
Probably presence, because it's I guess maybe brains, either one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the secrets.
Okay.
I don't have anything in notice, but I do have 3 in brains. So hoping that carries me. I only got a 5.
1 success.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's really guarded. Like he's very good at staying neutral and kind of blank. He doesn't, like, there are nice things around him, but he doesn't feel like he's like being pulled toward any of them. He's just very composed.
Okay. If I'm sorry to keep doing stuff, y'all. Let me know if it's too much.
It's fine.
I would like to do a road about it. I want to find the one material thing that he loves, like the one thing that would just break him if it were gone.
All right. So that's a learn.
Mm-hmm. Discount?
Well, it's going to be up. So you're looking for a coded, veiled, or little known fact. So we're already starting at rank 5.
Yep.
So even though you are discounted, the discount comes after the tax bracket. So, with 5 for learn. And you are not touching him, so we're gonna have to do 1 rank in distance.
Is there a
Not
way
too
for me to
bad.
like slight, like if I would like pat him on the shoulder while I do this to kind of cover it up?
He's got folk. You are not touching him.
Okay.
So it'll be 6 times 2 is 12, and then you have your discount.
I have a discount on learn and distance.
Okay, so I mean it's down to just 10 points then.
Okay.
So 10 Aether.
Cool.
And then roll to confirm, please. Roll a d6 for me.
Okie dokie. 4?
As intended. So he has a keychain that he is like fiddling with. You didn't notice it before because it's very slight, but that's the thing that is standing out to you.
Okay. If anybody else is going, I know what I need to know.
I'll just keep going, and I'll say it seems to me that we are all in a position to make some money, and you already have the lieutenants to punish publicly. I'm sure you punish a lot of people all the time that don't matter. And we currently have a cousin that doesn't matter. I mean, which is honestly more impressive to your followers. Some cousin who owes a debt. Or a fuck-up lieutenant.
That's our one. For PG-13.
Whoops.
Ah!
It wasn't me. It wasn't.
It wasn't you. Yeah. My followers?
Employees. I don't know how you want to look at them. People you wish to impress on a day-to-day basis.
And so what are you suggesting?
Well, I think it would be pretty easy for us to win with the correct backing.
So you want to take out a loan?
Oh, absolutely not. You're the one taking out the loan. You're the one who has already said that, internally speaking, your organization is doing poorly. This is an opportunity for you to look impressive in front of the people around you. It seems like if you were up on that, the lieutenants wouldn't have done whatever it is that they did.
You're still not telling me your ultimate goal.
I think the cousin should live debt-free, and you can reestablish yourself in your own organization as someone who should be respected and paid attention to.
In return for what exactly?
Well, the cousin and whatever we make on the side from the race.
So you want to keep the money from the race if you win, and you want the cousin
we'll split
to be
it with you 4 ways. But yes, the cousin is alive and in the clear, debt-wise. You get to establish yourself as whatever you want to establish yourself as. And then we each make a little bit of the prize money. Like you said, we are a long shot to win.
This is going to have to be some kind of persuasion situation.
Great, let's do it. As part of this, so this is funny for me to even ask this, is there a thing that I can roll to see if they are divine? This is funny because Sarah and I have talked about how this needs to be a thing in the mechanics, and it is not yet.
Ooh. I feel like there is. I feel like there should be something that you can find out.
Present and notice. Like a present and notice, because one god should have an inkling of another god. That makes sense to me.
Or weird, because it's very much
weird.
Yeah. I feel like almost, I realize there are no opposed roles in this game. And on one hand, that is great, but I feel like if anything, this is maybe an opposed role.
Yeah, it feels like it should be an opposed role.
I would honestly say I don't think it should be an opposed role as much as I think your divinity level should set the difficulty as to how easy it is for you.
Oh, that one's good.
I would say the higher your divinity, the easier it is to tell that you're divine.
But there's also things called divine secrecy. There's also like
right, but that would play into that feature. So like if you have something that makes you secret, you're considered divine rank this much lower
Yeah.
than you
I
actually
like that
are.
because
So
if your divinity is really high, it should be a piece of cake for everybody to tell that you're a god, like
Right.
god or human, no matter what. Just like you are radiating divinity.
Right.
But there are the divine secrecy rotes, or not rotes, wonders.
Wonders.
But I kind of also like it in the sense that if you do have that divine secrecy wonder, it doesn't say that you're not a god. It just says that you're a lower god than you actually are. So even if they perceive your divinity, because you're so powerful, you seem like a demigod, but you're actually like Odin.
Mhm.
So it's a cool. I just like that interplay. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off of the whole thing.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's definitely a thing in the mechanics that we were like, we'll write that later. And then every time we play a game together, we're like, we should have written it before because now we need it.
Now you got recordings though.
Here's my suggestion would be some kind of a notice situation.
Yeah.
Versus, I don't know, some number, their divinity modified by whatever wonders they happen to have.
Okay.
I'm going to do notice and do you want brains or presence?
I feel like this is a presence situation because you're like using your godliness.
So that's 5 dice.
Great.
Perfect. Okay, so for reals, I rolled a 5 and 3 6s.
Okay.
Ooh.
So those 3 are going to explode.
Yeah. I got a 4 count up.
There's another 5 and another 6.
Okay.
And then a 4. So that's 5 successes total. 6 successes total. Great.
6. Yeah. Because you got a 5, right? 5 is success.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A 5, 3 6s, a 6 and a 6 and a 5. Yep.
6.
5 total.
So wouldn't it be
5
6?
total
Because you got
successes.
3. Because you got 3 6s and a 5, and then the second roll you got a 5 and a 6.
Yes,
And then the
correct.
6 did not explode.
It did not explode.
So
I
it
rolled
stays
a
at
4.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6. Okay, because you were saying 5, and I was like, no, there's 6, there's 6, there's 6. Yeah.
6 is a lot.
You definitely feel divinity from him.
Mhm.
He feels to be on approximately the same level as you.
Okay. I'll say to him, like, we all have the same long-term goals: prosperity, long life, financial security. I feel like we could get all of these things from this race.
Hmm.
If you're into that. I mean, maybe otherwise you just wipe out your organization every 20 or 30 years and rebuild, but that's on you.
Well, you'd have to win.
And you would ensure that that happens.
No. Then there's no, you'd have to win on your own.
So we could also throw it and then just make you look bad with us.
Well,
My point is, you're just as vested in this as we are.
Again, you have to do something to persuade him.
All right. Well,
It needs to be a roll of some kind.
I'm going to make an impress and presence.
Yeah.
Great.
Is there any way for me to assist with a party favor?
You can try.
I would like to try.
Great. What kind of party favor are you giving him?
I am going to, I'm looking at this and it's just like anything that makes someone's time at a social gathering more entertaining. You know, when like somebody is the center of attention and it's just like they have everybody kind of enraptured in the story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a vibe that I can pass on to him. But I basically want my party favor to highlight his character. So probably like dimming the lights around him, like lowering the music around him, making everybody's drink a little chiller that's next to him, just kind of setting the mood for him to be listened to.
An aura.
Okay. For Jasper, right? That's what you're. Okay. Help. How do we do help? Not really. It's not really advantage. I will give you an extra die to your pool because of that.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a dice pool of 6.
It's a good pool.
All right, so I've rolled a 6 and 2 5s. That 6 explodes into another 5. So that's 4 successes.
Okay. He I feel like as the storyteller that you have not officially put out what your plan is. Your plan is basically, from what I'm understanding, is just like, no, just do what we want, but you haven't said what you want to do. So I need you, he's interested, but I need to know what you're actually doing. That's what I kept trying to be like, in exchange for what? What are we doing?
I think that the group of us are very capable of winning this race with a little outside assistance handicapping these professional racers.
They're okay. So you want him to disable all the other cars? Like, what is it exactly?
So if I may,
okay.
I think what we're trying to trade here is for him to try and hamper the other teams in as much of a way as he's comfortable with, because we are the underdogs and he'd get a better return on the race if we win. Is that the understanding that I'm getting, Jasper?
That's kind of what I was going for, yeah.
Yeah. So we want him to hamper the other racers so that he can bet on us. He gets more money. We also get a cut of the pie because we'll be betting on ourselves as well.
Sure.
He lets the cousin win because he's going to get the winnings and the bigger return on the bet. And he can still take out his lieutenant, so he succeeds in his original goal of sending a message.
Okay. He is very interested in that. Sort of basically says that he's gonna, see what he can do with the other cars. There's not a ton of time left before this happens. So like
we will have a montage where we learn how to drive the car well.
Right.
Yes.
Montage. He dismisses you essentially. So we really don't have a ton of time left in the episode of this episode as well. So is there something that you wanted to do before we wrap up this particular section?
I think the question that EBG is going to ask before we leave is, what is the best driver that's dead?
That's dead?
Yes. Like, I need him to give me a dead driver. You don't have to come up with a name right now. He can just say, "Oh, it's this guy," and that'll do for me.
I'm rolling. Hold on.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know any dead drivers. He failed that roll, so he doesn't know any.
Okay. Good enough.
Yeah, no, the things that I have planned are stuff that is going to be when I'm going to rote while the race is. Oh, so I have a question. If I could pre-spell the road that the race is going to start, or rote, like kind of do a trap in a sense on the road, that not necessarily as a
Potentially. That I believe would be at the beginning of the next episode that we would the race track itself is guarded because they don't want people to get onto it and start messing with it, but that doesn't mean that you can't try it. You certainly can give it a shot.
No, I was just, that's as I said, it's good because I was just like, I know I have also, yes, good thing I let you guys talk, because I was like, no, the cousin needs, like, in my head, I was like, no, the cousin needs to be sacrificed to send a message. Everything comes around and around, sacrifice. No, sorry.
There's nothing to say that you can't sacrifice a cousin after you've done all the things.
I mean, everybody's trying to kill my cousin. It's starting to be a little bit of a bummer.
You don't. Oh, by all means, you don't appear to even like your cousin. So.
Oh no, I just hate to see family die without me making money from it.
Wow.
Like.
No, I no, it's not that. It's more of like the aspect of, yes, the debtors need to pay.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That was just my dark little tidbit. Yay! But no, I'm good. When the races comes, I'll be throwing so much sass. Well, that's what it is. Originally, Christmas was about sacrifice. All right, the pagan version of it. Just saying.
All right. Well, before we wrap up and move on to moments of gratitude, which is going to be weird for this episode, but is there anything that you want to do before we wrap up?
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I there's something I want to do, but it's a chaos bead move, and I'm not gonna be that guy today. I'm letting you know this story ends with me getting that keychain. I just want you to know that.
Okay. Great. I will make a note about it.
I want him crushed.
I can tell. Yeah, you're not being particularly sneaky about it. Okay, well then, I don't know why I bother trying to plan a one shot ever when people are at my table like this, because we did not get anywhere near where we finished it. So I have invited them all to come back after the first of the year, and we will do one more to round this arc out. So let's take a moment and do our moments of gratitude. What is it that somebody at the table did, or we have a little bit of time, what everybody at the table did was really cool or clutch or funny, or like, what are you grateful for at this table?
I'm gonna take a real cheap answer here.
Great.
And I'm sorry in advance. This system is flipping cool as all hell.
Oh, look at you trying so hard not to say the F-bomb. Good job.
I'm struggling. This is really, really cool. I've reported on this system. I've had conversations with you guys about the system, but this is my first time actually hands-on in the book. Yay. Making a character and playing it. And the difficulty of playing a god is a god can do anything, and you all figured out a way to do that.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Yay.
And it's so cool. Like I can't tell you enough the ideas I have for running this with a couple of friends. Like there's a Urban Shadow Cafe that I'm in where we have a couple of gods that come in, visit, do some things, and dip. And like this is now a way to kind of tell their story.
Absolutely.
In that world. And like I'm so excited for that, because like they're characters that the players have had really a good time meeting, and for them to kind of be able to put on that role is going to be amazing. So my moment of gratitude is to you guys for making this incredible system. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're
really cool.
Really happy to have made it.
Yeah, and I feel like you and your table will take it the bloody body horror route. I feel it in my bones. The like, make sure you give me the rules for follower sacrifice and things of that nature, because we have those, but they are optional because it can get pretty dark. So
what I'm excited for is just like how like, for example, I'm playing God of Capitalism. What happens if I go to a bank? Like, that's kind of like my zone. So like Urban Shadows is really big on like having, areas of power. So like to integrate that with this is just going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Well, and then there's a high level wonder where you can like, you become so powerful that like your purview just like manifests around you.
Like the crap. Yeah.
So what happens with capitalism there? We don't know.
It's just a bunch of debit cards.
But like can be used as an attack to the stuff around you. Like, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I think if you guys don't mind, I'll go ahead and say what I'm grateful for. My bro cat Jasper, because he was really the problem solver in all of the scenarios. Because he's like, I know how this car works. Also, hey, how about that? Let's reverse. I'm gonna be the voice of Christmas spirit. You don't want to kill the cousin. He's the one person trying to bring that cheer.
I wouldn't say that that's what he's doing, but
capitalism.
It's cheerier than capitalism.
That's
say that.
Doesn't take much. Let's be fair.
I thought EVG was a really cheerful guy.
So my turn now.
Your turn.
And I gotta say I've used this one before, but it is just really fantastic to get to play this game with people. And so, like, I'm just deeply, deeply, so much gratitude to both Banzai and Noir for playing the game with me. I don't get to be a player hardly ever for this. And it's so much fun. And I just really love seeing what everybody else brings to the table. And there's always something that I never expect that comes from players. And it's just, I mean, it's really solid. Like God of Capitalism, fantastic. God of Fire and Heat being like, let's just propel the car immediately forward as fast as possible. Fantastic. I'm here for it. Like the lava armor and weapons, it's wonderful. I really, really like playing this game with folks. So thank you very much for doing that.
Yay. Awesome. Let's do a quick round of where can we be found on the internet and what you have coming up. I'm going to throw it back to Damon. Where can we find you? What do you have happening?
Okay, great. I'm on the internet. I'm on Twitter at @formerly_feral and at Damon Vanhee. And then we are on Facebook at Formerly Feral Games and Instagram at The Crowned RPG. And then what I have going on is this game.
The end.
The end. I have to finish writing this so it can get out to all the people who backed our Kickstarter. We'll have our backer kit store up before too long, eventually, probably, fingers crossed.
Yep.
And then people who missed the Kickstarter can still get their hands on the game before it becomes commercially available to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's
excellent. Me. That's you. What about you, Noir?
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, as well as Hive, and maybe even Bumble. I am... Love you, Banzai. I am one of the hosts of Gen Con TV's TableTakes. I also host a morning show with my partner, Morning Ritual, where we interview everybody in the TTRPG community. And I have a podcast with my sibling called Dungeons and Dragons, where we talk about everything nerdy with a healthy dose of accountability. We've been off for 2 weeks, but you can still check out our last episode, which is about a dice company that decided to make dice out of some problematic material.
Woof.
So,
yeah, I know this one. I remember this. I know this one.
Whoops.
Oop.
If you would also like to know, please make sure to check out our podcast. It's everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, the whole shebang.
Super duper. Bonsai?
Hello, I'm Banzai Baby. You can find Bonsai, like bonsai, not bonsai the tree, but bonsai the yelling. Banzai Baby on Twitch and Hive, and Banzai Baby on or Twitch, Hive, TikTok, and then Banzai Baby. Because gosh darn, they on Twitter for as long as it lasts, and on Instagram.
Can you explain the spelling for us so we know the difference?
Yes. So the difference is, other than BABY, I had to take BABEE on Instagram and on the Twitters because one, I think the other person might not be around anymore, but I can't get the name, and two, on Instagram apparently I am also the name is taken by a children's toy company.
Oh,
yeah. So gosh darn it. I thought it was unique enough, but it wasn't. Gosh darn, too many people stealing babies everywhere.
we don't condone stealing babies here.
Oh no, I meant the name. Okay, yeah, please don't steal babies. I'm so sorry. But yes, I'd say a lot of awkward things. It's fine.
We're doing so good.
So good.
Yay. Hi, I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Ko-Fi and TikTok at Pixies and Pins, or you can go to my website at pixiesandpins.com. You can check me out here on twitch.tv/GenConTV every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. Next week, I'm going to be playing Journey to the Whispering Tree, where you have to venture into the heart of the Feywild to the special Dreaming Whispering Tree to get, because you are desperate for a wish to come true, and you have to fight your way through the twisted landscape that it has become because nightmares have invaded. And then I think after the new year, we're going to start back probably with the conclusion of The Crowned. And then I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. There's some things in the works. So also, if you happen to be a TTRPG designer and you are interested in getting more eyeballs on your indie game, please contact me via one of those social medias and we will try to get your stuff on the show. I like being able to show stuff that isn't getting enough views. So I would like to thank Gen Con for giving me this platform so that I can bring all of these amazing new RPGs to you. I want to thank Markus Maes for hitting that go button and making sure that we are running smoothly. He's our tech over at Gen Con TV. I would like to thank my partner, Jeff Moore, for always editing my stuff together and making it appear as if I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a lot of other people that I could thank. Just pretend I did. Like, it's probably you specifically at home. Thank you all for being at my table today. I appreciate it anytime people will come and do weird shenanigans with me. Thank you for doing it in the weird today, friends. Thank you at home for watching and sticking with me through all of this. And as always, keep making art and keep being art. Have a happy holiday, and I will see you next time. Mwah.